D.A.P Ministries, Delinquent Alternative Program. I'm your co-host, host for today, D.K. Smith, the PM pastor on WYLD AM 940. And as I always like to say with Reverend Williams in his absence, I'll take you home in style with a smile. That's 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on WYLD AM 940. And I come as not just the co-host today, but the host and Reverend Willie Williams' absence. But we want to let you know that we still have events to talk about. We still want to let you know that we're still in the recovery mode. We know that Katrina has been over 6 years now, but still in all, the main thing is that we are still here. We're still survivors. We're still maintaining and doing the work that needs to be done. If you go around into the areas of the city, if you look around the neighborhoods, you'll see houses being refurbished, repaired, even replaced and rebuilt. And main thing is that we have people coming into the city. We have a lot of new people that's coming into the city as well. So we welcome you to D.A.P Ministries, whether it's in your living room, your dining room, your kitchen, your bedroom, or wherever you can view us. We thank you for joining us on this day. And we have a few announcements that we'd like to make just to let you know. Well, I'll say this one right off. We know that this is the month of May, but also coming up in the next month, remind you that hurricane season will be upon us. That's right. I know we don't want to think about it. I know we don't even talk about it, but hurricane season will be upon us, and we need to be prepared for whatever it is that we have to be prepared for. So remind you that get yourself together, get a plan together, and make sure you have not just enough for 3 days. Sometimes that might not be enough, but the authorities say at least for 3 days. But we know from Katrina that if you had prepared for 3 days, you were gone for almost 3, 4, 5 weeks. So we need to make a preparation, make a plan, and work that plan out. Have your family and your friends to know where you're going to go. If you're going to stay in the city, or nearby the city, I should say, and where will you evacuate? And make those plans now while you can, because you never know what the next day, and in this case, the next month will bring. So again, remind you that hurricane season will be upon us in the month of June, and it goes all the way up to November. We pray that it be a slow season, but we never know how it is. That's why when we pray, we say, Lord, let thy will be done. And when we ask for God's will to be done, we really have to abide in his will. You know, sometimes the will of God may make you cry. Sometimes the will of God may make you scratch your head and make you wonder sometimes. But if we do pray the model prayer, what is known as the Lord's Prayer, we say, Lord, let thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So again, just be prepared for the upcoming hurricane season. Now, something that's taking place sooner than that, and I mean like tomorrow, I want to let you know that some events taking place, and one of them will be Feeding of the Hungry. The Feeding of the Hungry will be taking place at the Little Zion Baptist Church, 4821 Earhart Boulevard. Reverend Walter Hardy is the pastor, and this Feeding of the Hungry will be from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Again, that's Feeding of the Hungry, Saturday, May 19th at the Little Zion Baptist Church, 4821 Earhart Boulevard. Reverend Walter Hardy is the pastor, so make avail of that announcement as well. As well, we want to let you know that Job, Career, and Festival will be taking place, and that is tomorrow as well, May the 19th, and that's with the Urban League Seminars. Now, they'll be having seminars from 8 a.m. to 9:45, and that's when they do registration and everything. The Job Fair and Job and Career Fair will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. But let me share with you about the Urban League Seminars from 8 a.m. to 9:45. They'll have Class 1, and Class 1 will consist of World of Work Workshop. It's a World of Work Workshop, and it will focus on resume building, interviewing techniques, and business etiquette. So if you really want to get your work ethic together and your work ethic in the proper place, please attend Class 1 Workshop, World of Work. And then Class 2 will have 50 steps to start a business, and that's for business enterprise and internal training. And so that's going to be Class 2, entrepreneurship training. And there's 2 45-minute sessions will be offered. So again, that's the Urban League seminars. Then, like I said, the job and career fair will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., and they'll be highlighting on participants' employers. And some of the employers will be Entergy, the FBI, VA, IRS, DOTD, Walmart, Ochsner, FedEx, Hollywood South, Nielsen, Hilton, Marriott, LA Works, and many, many more. And that's the job and career fair, and that will be taking place 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Also, federal agencies, they'll have the Louisiana National Guard, the Army, voter registration, plus they'll have free phone sign-up. If you need a phone, they'll have free phone sign-ups with SafeLink, Chamber of Commerce, the Urban League, and Dress for Success. And as well as schools, the schools represented will be Avita, Xavier, Tulane, Loyola, University of Phoenix, SUNO, Delgado, Nunez, and ITI. They're asking for kids and young adults and other activities. Plus, they'll be having horseback riding, spacewalks, internet cafe, games, food, smoothies, and much, much more. Now, of course, you're saying, where is this taking place? Let me share with you that this will be at the Greater St. Stephen Full Gospel Baptist Church, 5600 Reed Boulevard, and that's going to be in Martin Hall. Dr. Deborah B. Martin, Senior Pastor, Bishop Paul S. Martin is the co-pastor, and so that's a job and career festival. So we remind you about that. It's a big thing that's going to be happening tomorrow. Coming up in July, I'll let you know that the Cornerstone and West Bank Apostolic Family Worship Center will have a not by choice but chosen youth department will sponsor a liturgical dance-off. This liturgical dance-off that will be taking place July 14th with 10 solos, 10 groups, elimination rounds, and also will include cash prizes, trophies, awards. And for more information, you can enter as a dancer. To reserve a spot, you can call Joanna Norton at 504-343-9477. That's Joanna Norton, 504-343-9477, or Jamie Ford at 504-915-1201. That's 915-1201. Or you can email notbychoicebutchosen@gmail.com. So you don't want to miss this. It's July 14th. Free food with the ticket purchase, and you can find out more information about that. And that's at the church, 1448 MacArthur Avenue in Harvey, Louisiana. And that comes from Lady Serena, God's Gracious Girls. And so we remind you about that. Now, I could tell you about this without even looking at the script, but I tell you that coming up and this next week, which will be on next Sunday, the 20th of May, it will be the culmination, the start of the 144th annual session of the Louisiana Freedmen Missionary Baptist General Association. Reverend Louis S. Jones is the president, and he's the host pastor. All events will be taking place at the St. John Institution Missionary Baptist Church, 2538 Jackson Avenue. And like I said, beginning on next Sunday, that's Sunday, May the 20th, at 6 o'clock p.m., they'll have the annual musical, and that'll be the big kickoff for the 144th annual session. It starts off with the musical, and then it continues Monday through that next Sunday. And some of the things and some of the highlights we'll have, there'll be Monday night, it'll be the Hour of Power beginning at 6, and then they'll have a guest lecturer as well. On Monday as well, it's Brotherhood. Brotherhood meet at 7 o'clock on Monday. So I'm asking all the brothers to come out and be a part of that. And on Tuesday, they have lecturers and foreign mission. But at 7 o'clock hour, it'll be Christian education. So that'll be Tuesday, May the 22nd. And evening hour, they'll have Christian education. So looking forward to Sunday school, BTU, and all those education parts of the church school to be in attendance. Wednesday is a fraternal day. Reverend Fred T. Porter will be there for the speaker for 1 o'clock p.m. That's Wednesday, May the 23rd. Senior Women Mission will be there for 4 o'clock p.m., Hour of Power. And then that Wednesday night at 7 o'clock p.m., they'll have the E.L. Moore and they'll be in attendance, and that's Wednesday. Thursday, they'll have the lecture, the midday sermon, 6 o'clock hour of power, and then that Thursday, they'll have the Women in White. Again, that's Thursday, May 24th, and then Friday. Friday, looking all forward to the general business meeting. Ministers' wives will be there for 3 o'clock. The ushers will meet at 6 o'clock, and then the president's message will be at 8 o'clock p.m. And some things may change because I'm not sure. I think it's been moved back to 7 o'clock, but don't quote me on that. But if you have time to make it over there, you'll find out for yourself. Then coming Saturday, they'll have the Nurses Guild, Junior Women, and 2 o'clock p.m. is the Youth Department. That's Saturday, May 26th. And then culminating, ending at least on May 27th, is the annual session day, and that's the parent body. They'll meet at 2 o'clock p.m. and Reverend Dr. Lewis S. Jones will be the speaker. Reverend Dr. Lewis Jones is the association president. Reverend Dr. Mitchell J. Stevens, general secretary. Again, that's beginning next Sunday, May the 20th, with the annual musical at 6 o'clock p.m. So all roads will lead to the St. John Institution Missionary Baptist Church. I would be amiss by not reminding you as well that the sunrise service will be starting that Monday, May 21st, all the way to that Friday, May 25th, 6 o'clock a.m. So that's sunrise service, 6 o'clock a.m., beginning that Monday, May 21st. So we ask that you avail yourself to those announcements, and please remember that a whole lot is going on. Of course, we know that a lot is going on, but some things have happened already. And I'd just like to take this time to thank those who were part of the Neighborhood Works America's Training Institute. We had visitors in town, and those visitors came from far and near, and they came here to the city of New Orleans for a workshop training. And I had the pleasure of attending one of those workshop trainings, and with the symposium being From Surviving to Thriving, Communities Recharged by the Power of Resident Leadership. And that was from Neighbors Works. And that's really what we need to think about, the fact that neighbors need to realize that, your hands can't be out all the time. You know, I know we are here in the city of New Orleans with the throw me something, Mr. mentality, but sometimes your hands can't be out all the time. And speaking of time, I tell you what, we'll tell you more about that. We'll tell you more about the symposium, tell you more about the Neighbors Works Training Institute, and tell you about more announcements that's coming up. Right now, we're going to take a break. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Poor nutrition today will increase Sarah's chances of anemia, add to her healthcare costs, sick days, even stunt her ability to learn. And the thing is, Sarah's not even born yet. Get proper nutrition before it's too late. Call or visit WIC. WIC provides nutrition information, healthcare referrals, even food. Your child has you, and you have WIC.
Mrs. Johnson, good to see you again. This is Mike. You can trust him. He looks just like you. Plus, 2 against 1 is more intimidating when we force someone to sign a loan.
And I'll be sucking up to you in order to keep up the illusion.
So, here are your low monthly payments and interest rate as we promised. Here's where they triple. The rest of this stuff, don't think a lawyer can read this. It protects us. Make sure we get your home when you can't pay us back.
Such a lovely house.
Yeah. But don't worry. We're going to sell you credit life insurance. You don't really need it, but
puts lots of cash in our pockets.
You look nervous. We better hurry and get you to sign. Or I'll pretend to ruin your credit with one phone call.
Predatory lenders are never this easy to spot. Call us and protect yourself with the facts.